I believe we are finally ready to get this game underway. Only a 15-minute delay, and actually, I will take full blame for this. It wasn't anything that the teams did. It was me on the streamer's part. I didn't check to make sure that this server was actually configured correctly. So it's pretty much on me because I'm the only person that really uses this plugin. So really, that's on my bad. I'm sorry to everyone watching that tuned in. To answer some of the questions, yeah, Cybergamer was the last one that was actually this big. Joshy, we will not disappoint you. I promise you that. And hopefully this turns out to be a pretty good game. I expect a lot of things from these teams, and they're actually ready up and going live already. So you want to do a roster rundown very fast for us?
We'll do it after this first hit, because I believe there's a witch spawning pretty soon. Oh no, this is a different server, so we have different spawns. But tank is very early at 20%, so maybe we'll do rosters like as tank spawning, or we can just do it now.
You can go ahead and do it now if you like.
Survivors, we have Pragob, Little Mix, Snackers, and Nademan. I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure those are releases on a couple of people, but I know Tragob's been around for a while, been on a few decent teams. And then on Infected we have Estupi, Rails Barlow, Captain Chowder, and Doodlebugs. I think Chowder is Dolomite? Not correct, but I might be wrong. They've all been around for a long time, well, except for Rails and Doodlebugs are actually pretty new, sorry. But yeah, tanks already in, and Infected going for a hit. Boomer's not going to get anything, pretty much shut down on that hit, and Survivors are still sitting at basically full health. They're going to probably try to play it around this boss and just try to get LOS. Tank's doing something interesting actually here and going back into safe room. This prevents Survivors from running back into safe room after he commits, and he does have that bush back there now to hide behind. But it's going to be kind of interesting when he commits if they just run forward to the rock area on the left. And some people do like fighting it there when Tank does this. I think they also have the option to just push into him and force him out like they're doing right now.
Here's a question for you. What war room would you like to send this to? Would you like to do an Abraxas, or what's
a good question? I'd like to hear the infected. I'd like to hear the infected point of view on this strategy.
Alright, so let's go ahead and send this over to an Abraxas war room for this tank.
Alright, got sight. Got a lot of health. We're good.
Wow, they're not hitting
Nice job, Lights.
Wow.
Oh, let's get ready to help them out pretty fast so they can do something with it. If I can get this done.
You need to try to keep the smoker over here if you can. We don't want to waste it. Like, every time you pull this way, it's gonna fuck him up, so.
I'll go for this boomer. Shoot. I guess.
Ready?
Let's go.
Got him.
Almost gonna hit.
They all ran away from me. That's right. We're gonna get a nice synced up hit next. So we can do damage. Not overcomplicate it. We're just gonna get like a 3 cap. Shoot. Alright.
Hey,
Ready?
you guys are.
Yeah, I can be ready. I'm ready.
Alright, let's go.
Oh,
Can't see
shoot.
if, like, I'm close to hitting
it was
or not.
close. It went over their heads, but
This might be bad because they're all gonna push me. What the
Wow.
fuck? So dead here.
Nice rock.
rock.
Dead though.
man, it's ballsy what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you gotta keep smokers.
And we're back. That was a team of Abraxas war room for that tank. What do you make of that tank? Kind of getting a little push there, in my opinion, but
yeah,
there's not really much you can do once you get back into that position as a tank.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like if you're gonna put tank back there, it should be a thing where it's like, alright, we have spawns up, and I'm pushing him behind them, where you just bring the tank behind him and then push them forward into spawns, you know? But if you just get back there and get cornered and your they back up and your spawns aren't ready, then you're just in a really rough position. But looks like they're gonna go in.
Go ahead.
One boom and pretty much shut down other than that. But what are your thoughts on the tank?
Pretty much like as I said, I mean that tank lies heavily on SI support. Just really however you play a tank, unless you're gonna play a really long rock tank from maybe the top of the tractor trailer, maybe that you don't need very heavy SI support. But other than that, I think that tank really depends on a really good SI hit, a good boom going off on the survivors, and you just have to capitalize off of that way. I don't really see that tank being all that powerful by itself at all. It's a really good spot to take the tank for the survivors. And we have another attack coming in here. Boomer initiates onto Ellis and gets the boom on Ellis. That should trigger the rest of the eye to come in unless they're going to wait for the car or maybe Witch.
I think they were just sacking because they have a 2-2 and they don't really want to hit with 2 cappers on this bridge. It's too open. So they're probably going to wait.
It looked like they wanted to go in though. Smoker was up on the billboard, Hunter was below the bridge, and Spitter was in the door at the bottom of the hotel. But I guess
maybe
they
they
just
thought about it and then, yeah, they decided like, hey, if you get like a 2 boom, we'll go in. If not, we'll just save. Looks like they're going to be setting up on this car alarm up here. Survivors are already slowing down, clearing common, and baiting it out. Gonna have a smoker spawning underneath with a hunter. Probably gonna go for an intercept with a hunter. Jockey's actually going in already. He gets cleared pretty quickly, but yeah, pretty much shut down. Well played by survivors there.
A little bit of pull actually going out onto Trap, getting about a tick off on that worth of damage. But that'll be about it for that attack. But yeah, once again, survivors really solid survivor play here by XOXO. Just really shutting down that side attack and making just the tank itself pretty much not a factor in this round at all.
Yeah, if you take a look at their health bonus right now, they're sitting at about 700, which is really high for this map. I mean, I know that this map is relatively easy, aside from tank, and that tank is probably the easiest out of all of them. But if they can't get some damage on the next hit or two, they're going to be facing a pretty hard, challenge to match. That's a weird witch spawn.
She can't be comfortable like that.
No, not at all.
Oh, the crown! He misses the crown!
Oh no! Well,
that was probably
that's witch incentive.
That's probably the single weirdest crown. Oh, nice double charge going out onto survivors. That's going to incap one survivor on the incap.
If this jockey lands, that could be a wipe. Oh man, that was so close. If that guy got left up top, that would have just been disastrous. That was still really bad for survivors, but they decided the 25 points were worth 500 health bonus.
Definitely a really good SI hit coming out there from Team Abraxas, though. This round looked pretty bad for them before that Witch went off, and then once the Witch went off and actually incapped Rochelle, they definitely worked on capitalizing off of that, and that was big what they just did there. Again, they capped on to a Coach on the charge down, and the damage that followed onto Alice, or actually Nick, I believe it was, that got double charged.
Yeah, absolutely huge charge there. I feel like survivors kind of should have just let that Witch go. I know they wanted the 25 points, but that was not a Witch spawn that I would take the risk on when you have this high of a bonus,
Yeah,
but looks like Infector's setting up on this hill.
I probably would have erred on the side of what you just said there and probably just tried to avoid her. I mean, 25 points isn't really worth it when you're sitting at a 700 health bonus. At that point, you just want to make the save from with what you have. But we will see the survivors make their way towards the safe room. There should be only one hit, unless it's a really good hit, standing between them and the safe room. That alarm car is going to be bypassed. The SI aren't going to get a hit on it. There's a Jockey Hunter working the way with a Smoker right now. Spitter spawned up as well. A double cap laying behind the bus. Going to be a little bit of separation. Spit misses, goes past Nick, though. But the Jockey's getting a nice rot onto Rochelle. Unfortunately, she's all temporary health, so nothing come from that. Tragab hopping over the spin. Going to run to the safe room. Going to end this first half of the first map.
Yeah, all things considered, that was a really good map for survivors. They played really well, except for that one little mess up on the Witch. It cost them like 400 health bonus. If that didn't happen, they'd be sitting on about 650 health bonus right now. But good job by Infected to capitalize on that mess up on the Witch, and I expect that Team AE, I'm not sure what that stands for, to be completely honest.
AE is just their tag. Their actual name is Abraxas.
Ah, Abraxas, right. I expect Team Abraxas to probably skip that Witch if they're sitting on decent health, just because with the spot that she's at, you have to like slide down, or like even draw her, I think is probably the best choice. And I just don't think it's worth the risk on that particular Witch spawn.
How would the Witch even go about climbing back up the hill? Wouldn't she run down and climb the SI ladder on the side?
Yeah, she would run down and then climb around by the campsite.
That'd be a weird path. That would probably be a pretty useless Witch, because they just rail into her while she was running down the hill, and then as she climbed up pretty much as a dead Witch. But pretty much this round's going to rest on how well the survivors can take care of this first tank here. It's a pretty early tank, and they're going to just run back to the safe room with it as soon as it comes up. But first they're going to have to go over one SI attack, and there's going to be a Smoker, Spitter, Hunter, and Boomer up for this attack. Well, we might see the
Hunter's
Boomer...
pre-spawn in the bushes behind them, or next to them. He's going for a wall kick. He doesn't get it, though. That could have been nice.
Smoker going for a pull on the Nick, though. Misses. It gets the pull on Rochelle instead. Hunter lands for a second there, and Boomer doesn't manage to land on anyone. Going to get shot and not manage to proxy onto anyone. That's going to be a free spit going out there by Snackers. And no damage coming from it.
Yeah, Spitter missed the spawn, but it didn't really matter since nothing landed.
And we will have a tank coming up
probably
in the hands of Little Mix for Team XOXO. So would you like to throw us over to an XOXO war room for this tank? Some studio and
Yep,
practice?
sounds good.
Let's go to it.
I'm gonna just stay like in this area and try to get a rock. Give me a hit, please.
Reloading. Reloading.
Look out!
What kind of comment shot in the air? I got a rock.
I'm reloading.
I charged into the head. I'm stuck! Alright, give me another hit, please. Smoke is stupid. Oh, and the rock missed by an end. I'm keeping side. Mark, watch out! Oh, I almost killed you, I thought.
You shoot the tank.
Give me another hit. I'm not losing controller and safe. Please land!
Shoot the damn tank.
Reloading.
Shoot it.
It's on second pass. I'm gonna have to go on with this.
Reloading. Reloading.
Get off! Oh no, you didn't just shoot me. Reloading.
Take this, bitch!
Reloading. Reloading.
Bus is blocking the way.
Give me a hit. Pushing back on me now. Oh, I skied the.
I'm a reload. Reloading.
No, Rochelle, why'd you move?
Reload.
I'm just gonna go out. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. Oh my god.
Hey, shoot the shit out of that thing!
Come on. Down this off ramp.
And we're back. That was a Team A... No, it wasn't Abraxas. It was actually XOXO. My bad there. What did you think of the attack there, Jacob?
I think the tank did a lot better that round than the last. I think that I feel like Survivor's made some small mistakes there, which really cost them a lot more than it should have, but all things considered, they're still, you know, high health. They still have 2 sets of pills, so this is still their map to make. And they can keep it nice and close going to map 2. It comes down to if Infected can get a good hit on this attack, which I believe the Infected last map didn't even go for. So this will be interesting.
Yeah, I believe the SI didn't actually get a hit for this. They tried to hit on top of the bridge, the second bridge I should say, and they decided not to go in after the Boomer landed. A little questionable. Boomer going in, lands again.
Oh my god.
Quad boom on Survivor. Really nice. That's a 2-cap going down with a
disastrous.
spit onto the charge Survivor, and that's going to be a lot of damage on the Coach. Luckily, Coach actually wasn't the permanent health, though. He didn't have that much health bonus left on him. He was all
Is he black and white, though?
Did he go down? I don't think he went down. Tank was chasing him, but I don't believe he ever got the down in the safe room. I believe Coach walked away from that one.
Yeah, he might have been like, yeah, that's his first down. That could have been really bad if he was black and white already.
The Survivors are currently sitting at a 384 health bonus. They're about 90 points higher than their opposers' health bonus was at the end of the round, so they have to try and narrow it down on the SI damage if they want to keep it close in the health bonus department.
Yeah, I think the next 2 hits are going to really decide the rest of this map.
That Witch is going to be kind of crucial, depending on if the Survivors even go for it or not.
Yeah.
25 points, that's a pretty hairy crown if you ask me.
I expect them to just avoid it, just drop down right away on the left and not even have it be an issue. I think it'll come down to if the Infected hit in this room with a spitter, that could be a lot of damage, and then also the hill. I think those are the 2 big chokes left. It'll be interesting to see how Survivors are going to handle this. I would probably send Coach first and just say, probably going to go down, but we can pill you after. Oh, looks like Infected actually... Oh, Smoker spawning in. Put down. That's good for Survivors.
A little bit of misplay there by the SI, I think. They weren't able to find spawns, it appeared, but we do have 100 charges spawned down in the back. I don't know if this is going to work. They're both coming from one direction. And this probably isn't going to end well for the SI. I have to keep going. I don't think that charge is commit, and DD's going to back out with the Hunter and try to get their despawn so they can set up for the next attack. Deciding to back out and hold this attack for the Witch, I would assume. And
that was a bit sloppy.
They
just missed their spawns.
They might have a Smoker. I mean, Smoker actually just died, so they're probably not going to Smoker alive. Indeed, it's going to come as a jockey. I thought the jockey died for a second there, but they never had one. I am a liar. But we do have
if
the Witch.
Infected want, they can try to spawn a Smoker on this tree and see if they can try to pull one into Witch, but I think if Survivors just drop down right now to the left, they'll be fine. Yep, looks like that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, Survivor is opting to completely bypass this Witch, not even going to mess with her. A nice 25 DP going out by Tricop onto Doodlebugs. That's going to be a lot of health bonus gone. Charge it takes Doodlebug for a ride, and Spit goes right down, and that's going to be a bit of the health bonus gone. Actually, the second most health bonus on that team just went completely out the window.
Yep, that was a big charge. Did the DP land on Ellis as well?
Yep, 25 damage, 25 damage pounds onto Ellis there.
Yeah, that's a lot of health bonus gone, but still they're only down by 50 points of health bonus right now, so if they can take this hill well, then they'll be looking okay for map 2, considering how the tanks went for each round.
Indeed, Survivors are sitting about a 50-point bonus lower than Team Abraxas would have been able to make saves from it. So as long as they beat off this attack here with, fairly good Survivor play, they should be able to make the safe room, and the round will be actually almost tied. Might be less than a 100-point difference going into the second map. Smoker just spawned up the back. The Survivors might push it. Boomer spawns up at the front. Smoker gets a pull on the Doodlebugs. That's going to trigger the Jockey and the Spitter coming as well. Spit doesn't have anything to spit on, though, as the tongue gets cleared fairly fast there. And really, the rest of the attack just gets shut down. So that's what Abraxas needed right there. And they keep this game close going into the second map for sure.
We lost about 20 health bonus on that hit. Probably a bit of that was just from Bleed, though. So yeah, they're going to be going down by about 70 points going into map 2, which is pretty good for them. Smoker's going to get an in-cap, which will delay things a bit. It's going to give them... Oh, wow, car alarm, too. That could actually be a lot of damage.
That was a really cheeky pull right there. Single out the guy who only had 3 HP left and managed to get the in-cap onto him. We have attack coming in as charged. Misses, though. Hunter gets dead stopped and killed, and Boomer goes in and manages to get a double boom onto Coach and Ellis that got down Survivor. Survivor's actually opting to keep Rochelle near the safe room as to save that health bonus. And Nick's going to go for a pickup on Ellis, but not able to get him
I think... Controversial opinion, I dare say that if Survivors play this wrong, they could wipe here. It's a really risky scenario having somebody down like this and boom down. Like, he's almost dead.
Yeah, they're
He's
actually
gonna die.
they're actually opting to leave Ellis out there and actually
Yeah.
just run for the safe room. I mean,
That
that's
was
a questionable
really
play.
interesting. Yeah, honestly, I think in the position that they were in, that was the best call. Because if they stayed around and tried to pick him up, and Infected had spawns up, and if he died while they were trying to pick him up, they'd be sitting there with 3 infected, 3 survivors, and a bunch of horde from the down guy going out of them at the same time. That would have most definitely been a wipe. So I think it was a good idea to just salvage the points and get in safe room. However, I don't think that end cap should have happened in the first place. They should have been more aware of that car alarm pull. Either way, well played by Infected.
And I don't believe that the car alarm was actually triggered by the smoker kill. I think he went to melee at common afterwards,
Yeah.
and actually that's what triggered the car, so that's a little bit unfortunate.
Looks like, do they have a spitter? I can't tell. Is it a 2-2?
That is a Boomer, Charger, Smoker, and Hunter.
Okay. Well, then I expect a decent amount of damage, probably each round, like 15 damage on this first hit, probably. That's like the average, I'd say, for this hit. Unless survivors like play really well, or if infected do something really well. You know, it can go either way, but usually around 15 damage is what we expect here. What's going to be interesting is the witch, which will be spawning up near the warehouse. I believe she'll be in the second room of the warehouse. And it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Just looking back to see when the witch does actually spawn. What was the percentage on it?
32.
32. Yeah, it's going to be somewhere either inside the warehouse or in the very last room of it.
Yep.
I don't believe that will be outside at all. It might be, though. I might be underestimating the
Yeah, I'm
length
pretty
of the
sure
map.
that's in the second room of the warehouse.
So survivors are trying to push their survivor friend Coach out of the safe room, trying to get into the corner and make him move. But it seems like Trugab has gone AFK for a second here. So we are going to sit here and we're going to wait for this round to start.
Yeah, something interesting that Infected are doing here, which I really agree with, is that they're not just stacking everything on the safe room roof. I feel like people have gotten too accustomed to that. And it's great when you have a spitter, but when you have a boomer, it's better just to like try to get a pull off to the side, like a bit of a distraction, and then Charger can usually drop down and get a punch or two. If you just stack everything on the roof, it's really easy just to run straight out and clear everything. So I like what the Infected are doing here. It'll be interesting to see how it works out for them.
I don't necessarily agree with the Hunter spawn. I think maybe they should try and get the Hunter put on the roof. I like the Smoker pull though. It's always good to have the Smoker out there so it gives the survivor something else to look at. If you can get that initial pull, like if they said one survivor out and you get that pull, then it basically forces the other 3 survivors to commit out of the safe room to go save him or risk him taking a lot of damage, because if there is a spit charge and they're going to gang up on him. So it's kind of a, you know, high risk, high reward, because if Smoker doesn't land his pull, then everything on top of the safe room is going to get shot up pretty badly, and there's not many targets for that side to even go after at that point.
That's a good point, actually, is that generally speaking, you don't want to spawn a Hunter like directly in front of them like this, because he only has like one option, right, to pounce straight at them, and that's the easiest way to get skeeted or dead stopped. Usually you want to come from the side or something, but they look like they're good to go, and here comes the round start. Boomer gets popped really quickly. Hunter's going to come in. Smoker gets a nice set pull, though. Pounce lands for quite a bit of damage, actually. Charger's going to try to get a claw, but God frames. He got one off, actually. So that's actually pretty good. 28. It's a bit above average for that hit. I think the Infector are happy with that.
Now, actually, a question I have. God frames have been heavily reduced in this config, but how long are the God frames? Are they still 2.1 seconds long?
They are 2.1 seconds long on Charger and Hunter, and in Vanilla, they're... I can't remember if they're 2.5 or 3 seconds, but they're definitely a lot less than in Vanilla.
Yeah, one of the big changes that occurred from 3.4 to 3.5 was actually an introduction of all the God frames, or not all the God
Huge
frames,
boom
but
and separation pull. If he gets this interception bounce, like huge. No, nothing. But still pretty good damage there.
yeah, nice try boom going out
About
there.
15 more damage there. I think survivors can take Witch, though, off this hit. You were saying, though?
No, I was just saying one of the big changes was the introduction of God frames back into competitive play. Originally, we had the God frames completely removed. Like, there were 0 God frames to be had. If you got a Hunter and you spit, like, the server immediately started taking all that damage. Like, there were no buffer frames at all. But with the introduction of 3.5, we actually reintroduced them. Oh, nice charge there by the charge going out to Trugab. Trugab was going for the draw count, so this witch is definitely going to be able to land on him, and Dichi does.
And there's a 2-cap in back. This could be a wipe. The person in front is boomed. This could be a wipe.
This could very
It's
well
gonna
be...
come down to what Doodlebugs gets as a spawn. If he gets like a charger, this is probably a wipe.
Nick has to get this shot onto Ellis or melee him. No, he doesn't. He's going to go down.
Oh, he
the
doesn't,
jockey has
yeah.
Rochelle way back in the warehouse. She's going all the way back there for a ride. And Nick
Oh
has
my
to get
God.
Ellis up.
He's
Next
got a
spawn.
hunter for his spawn too. He
So
can
he-
just kill the guy in back. That's what I would do.
I would probably go... Yeah, definitely go for the guy in the back, or whoever the survivors don't go after. And Hunter does go for the pounce onto Rochelle in the warehouse. She's going to be dead. Survivors shouldn't even bother going after her, and they're not going to. They're going to go for their friend to gob on the ground at the bottom of the ramp and get him up and try to continue through this map. Really beautiful hit there, though.
Yeah, that was smart of the hunter because if he like tried to go for the cap, he would have gotten cleared by pistols. But if he gets the kill him back, it like automatically makes it 3v4 the rest of the map and guarantees that you're gonna win this map if you don't make a mistake. You know. So really smart play on their end, and survivors are in a really rough position now. So they need to try to get as much distance as they can. Hank is gonna be spawning up very soon, probably either before ladder or at the top of the slide. So yeah, it's gonna be right up here.
I have to say, though, that was a beautiful rocket charge there by whoever that charger was. The moment Gob shot the witch, the charger was right behind him. Like, he timed that rocket jump perfectly. And Tank's going to jump right into the alleyway and intercept the three survivors from each other. And Tank's going to throw rock back down the alleyway, trying to hit the other survivor, not managing to. And he's going to take this end cap on Jagab, sending him into the black and white territory. And there's actually comment all over Jagab, so if the survivors don't clear him, he's going to die. And it looks like they're deciding to back up to...
Yeah, they're just going to let him go.
Yeah, they're going to try and
like
fair their chances here.
their mentality right now is maybe, let's back up, try to kill one attack, and then see if we can juke the tank and get some points. Because we can't just run through that alley, he's just going to drop on us and kill us. But if we can bait him out here, get like shut down 2 or 3 spawns, it'll be hard, but we can maybe do it. And then we can juke him past and get some points, but actually they're going like all the way back. I'm not sure what they're doing, honestly.
I bet you they're going for Rochelle's pills. That's probably,
That might
in
be
my
it.
opinion, probably, or
Yeah.
my knowledge, probably what they're going to do.
That's
Indeed.
interesting.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to really get much done with this
Yeah.
tank here, though, especially when his SI friends come up.
I feel like if they did what I said, they could have potentially gotten some points. You know, it was a low chance, but it could have happened. But with doing this, they have no chance, and there's a wipe. So
Indeed. Tank doesn't even have a chance of going on from the survivors. Jockey and Hunter, I should say, are enough to finish the survivors off here. So unfortunately, that's going to be a wipe for Team XOXO on survivor side on the first half of the second map. They get 276 distance points for that, bringing their grand total score to 968 at the end of the second map. And now we're going to see how Team Abraxas does on this map.
yeah, this puts Abraxas in a pretty good spot. It means that if they can kill a switch without making a mistake, which the switch, generally speaking, is pretty easy to take out, but Infected just played really well last round, and really just... We've seen them, actually, like, just this game, a lot of capitalizing on witches, and just really good Infected play. But I think if survivors take that well, they should be good to make up some points on this map, and potentially get themselves a nice little lead. The only rough part is going to be that tank, where if the survivors or the infected are set up, they can drop on you as you're trying to run back. So it's going to be interesting to see how survivors are going to handle that, and what infected are going to do if they're going to sack. Because if you hit on that witch, you probably won't have a hit for the tank. So we'll have to see what they do.
Indeed, we are going live with the second half of the second map. Team Abraxas on survivor side, Team XOXO on the infected side. Boomer rocketing in right in front of the door, managing to get a double boom. That side deciding to actually go inside the safe room. Hunter backs out the last second there and sacrifices his friendly smoker. And Hunter's going to work his way in finally. The charge is